And so, we undid the curse with ease. It's all over. That girl, Maribel, can read all my emotions. Even if I had no intent of betraying her, she will still know and eliminate me, Glenda lamented regretfully. Seeing her in this mood, I told her that the curse has been destroyed. Wah, what now? Anyhow, don't worry about it. We are done with you and you can live your life freely. They probably think you are dead as well. No, that's not it. You managed to unbind the curse that dominated me. Sort of. I'm not going to further elaborate. Just remember that I won't be so kind in the future if you stand against us. I suppose I will turn a blind eye as well. I'd catch a lot of flack for harming people released by Rimuru. However, remember this. You betrayed Luminous Sama, the Western Holy Church will never forgive you. Glenda was strong and posed quite the threat. Despite this, now that she was no longer under Maribel's control, there was no reason why she would antagonize us. If she were to insist on remaining hostile towards us, I would just take care of her in time. I didn't feel all that troubled by her actions, so I decided to forgive her this time. Hinata also seemed to have decided to let Glenda off the hook. Since I had forgiven her, she probably couldn't do something that meant otherwise. In some sense, Glenda was merely following orders. She was not making decisions herself, but was acting under the restrictive control of the curse. Therefore, we should be light with our punishment. That's all, you are free to go. Feel free to stay in our nation if you feel like it, but if you were to cause any trouble. Well, wait a minute, no, please hold on a second. Are you really letting me go? Killing you doesn't seem all that meaningful. Since Rimuru-sama is letting you live, we don't have any reason to oppose the idea. You alone won't pose too much of a threat anyway. Sae and Benimaru added on to my words. Even though the way they put it was rather off, they seemed to be okay with this verdict. They probably felt that Glenda posed no threat. Well, that may sound harsh, it was, in truth, the reality of the situation. She didn't stand a chance against a serious Sae, and she obviously wouldn't win against Benimaru. Glenda herself seemed to be mindful of keeping her life. She wouldn't be stupid enough to challenge someone she couldn't beat. That was why we were fine with letting her go. Facing me, Glenda suddenly dropped to her knees. The words she then spilled were shocking. I have a request. I will tell you everything I know, so can you please hire me? I'll do any dirty work you have, anything, please. Hearing this, Benimaru and I looked at each other, dumbstruck. What should I do? It's your call. We were exchanging information with our eyes. Even if she wanted us to hire her, we didn't really have the money. My pocket money had increased by a lot, but we were still reviewing our executives' paychecks. We were a super sweatshoppy corporation, nation. I'm glad to hear your enthusiasm, but we are still developing. We are slow in terms of designing systems, so there is no salary for now. You gotta be clear when it came to this type of question. It wouldn't help if I were to act rich, so I told her the truth. Glenda was frozen in disbelief. Be that as it may, what Glenda said next shocked us instead. Oh, I'm used to that already. Even though I was a member of the Pope's Imperial Order and a member of the Holy Empire of Lobelius, I wasn't getting paid anyway. I didn't expect that someone with such high status as the three martial sages wasn't even getting paid. As it turns out, everything was paid with actual goods. Any money they had was collected by themselves. However, they could use their reputation to get a national guest level of treatment in the Western nations. They could also receive prizes for stopping crimes, and overall, it sounded like they were well off. Does that mean Hinata hasn't collected much money either? But didn't she spend a ton during the festival? Tisk, yeah. In Lobelius, we promote the idea that everyone is equal, so we won't pay in cash in public trades. Everyone just uses goods as currency. I was surprised, but also reassured. If a kingdom as long-lived as Lobelius could work without paying salaries, surely, we were not in a hurry to design our own systems. By the way, Hinata was in charge of running the Holy Knight Order, with the additional role as the head knight of the Imperial Order. She seemed to be able to access the national treasury to some extent. With the additional earnings from fulfilling monster contracts throughout the day, she could earn plenty of money. So, you're still asking me to pay even when you are making so much money? Why do you care so much? It's called being frugal. She was willing to spend money treating the kids, but was super stingy with me. By the way, have I given any bonus to Meyer Miles? I thought to myself, but I figured it would be too much trouble and decided not to dwell on it. Despite how I look, I'm quite infamous among the Western nations, Glenda exclaimed. That's why, even if you let me go, I probably won't find a single job offer. After all, most nations probably wouldn't dare to hire me. The adventurer lifestyle doesn't really suit me either. Moreover, this place probably has the highest level of culture around. I'll be satisfied if you just provide me with the basic necessities, Glenda said with apparent desperation. She didn't seem to be lying. This did seem reasonable. No matter how you saw it, a martial sage who was chased out of Lobelius would appear to be a traitor to the world's eyes. There was no way any nation would dare to hire someone as dangerous as that. Even if she were to hide her identity and become an adventurer, it would still be a life of unending fear. If she were to expose her identity accidentally, either Lubelius or Granbell would likely send people after her. Either way, she wouldn't be able to live a peaceful life. That's true, you probably will have a hard time surviving if no one wants to help you. Tell me about it. So please, Demon Lord Sama. You may not believe me, but I swear I'll pledge my loyalty to you. How could I believe you? But to be honest, you couldn't exactly hate her. She was like the unfortunate woman that appeared in the spy movies. You just couldn't leave her behind. Sae, can you handle this? If Rimuru Sama wishes so, I will not object. Then I'll be counting on you. It'll be troublesome if she were to betray us, so please prepare accordingly. Understood. Her combat prowess outshines Saka, therefore she can be under my command and help expand our secret services. A secret service that exclusively recruits problem children. Well, sort of. I want to use what is available in front of me as opposed to spending the effort recruiting otherwise. Even Diablo had gone to search for subordinates. It would be unfair to stop Sae now. So I let him go ahead. Then you shall handle this in its entirety. Discuss with Miles about your budget. Understood. The matter was settled quickly. Oi, how can you call me a problem child when I'm right here? I heard Glenda muttering. If you have a problem with that, try winning over my trust first. And just like that, I decided to recruit Glenda. I asked Sae to manage Glenda, but before that, I needed her to give us all the information she knew. Since this was no longer an interrogation, we simply had a normal conversation over dinner. You grab one of these wooden tags with the type of meals written on it, and exchange it for food at the window over there. There are 3 different types of meals, which we switch up every day. There are special meal sets as well. If you were to become an officer of some sort, you can order any food you like. Is that so? They have been preparing meals for me every time. They always seem to have a lot of fun eating, but it never used the wooden tag to order anything. But this was the lieutenant's canteen, someone would prepare meals for them even if they didn't order anything. The creation of new dishes by Shion's and Gabichi's own kitchens was a story for another day. This is our most popular dish. You need to make an appointment using your effort points or come early to wait in line to get it. It's a specially made dish. Shuna explained with a smile. I was gonna say that the dessert in the combo made it seem very extravagant. I realized why that was the case after hearing her explanation. We can all have this set. Yes. We've ordered people to reserve them for us. I saw that Benimaru and Sae both were ordering the special meal. I was caught on the fact that Sae just said something about ordering people to reserve them. Could it be that he had ordered his subordinates to wait in line for him? I should probably just believe in the idea that he wouldn't be stupid enough to order people to fight over meals at the canteen. With the meals served to our table, we began to dine. Now then, let's talk. I turned to Glenda as I was about to ask her something. There I saw that her eyes had lit up and all her attention was focused on the meal. It was really delicious. No wonder it was listed as a special. I supposed it was best to talk about happier topics during the meal. So I questioned her after we ate. After we finished dining. I used to put money above all, but that thought was changed today. From today onward, I'm gonna live for points. Just to clarify, in case you were being serious, they are not that easy to collect. But, fine, whatever. If it made her put in her best efforts, I'd say go for it. What secrets do you know? Do not hide anything, tell us everything, Sae prompted Glenda, which finally got her to open up about the secrets she knew. The contents she revealed gave us a surprise. First, regarding the council. It was under the control of the 5 leaders of an organization called the 5 Great Elders. The head of 5 Great Elders was the aforementioned Granbell. As for the remaining 4, to our surprise, we learned that today's prime suspect, Count Gavin, was one of them. And in contrast, the Duke of the Kingdom of Roscha, Johann, was also a member of the 5 Great Elders. How come the 5 Great Elders were in disagreement with each other? That was Mirabelle's plan. She intentionally organized an opposition while also keeping someone aligned with the majority view. In truth, this was her faking disputes, but to the people involved, this was a real battle where the stakes were life or death. I see. Was she doing so to make her organization more effective? At first, it could seem to be efficient to make an organization with one sole goal. However, it was likely to eventually stagnate and become a breeding bed of corruption. For example, it was often seen that one bad leader could bring down a whole business. Also, if Johann managed to win my trust, it would have been easier for them to keep tabs on me. For them, it would have been great if they were able to eliminate me, but now, they would probably make plans for Johann to conspire from inside the council. That feels so shady. I seriously don't want to deal with these people, I want to burn them all. It was annoying just to hear about these kinds of things. This was probably how the nobles operated, to eliminate people whose alignment was unclear. I might have trusted Johann if I had not heard about this information. It was a correct choice to have absolved Glenda.